This is your complete guide if you're overweight in your 20s. First of all, respect to you for clicking on this video. This is a long form educational guide and you need elite focus to complete this video, which is quite rare by the way these days. So if you can finish this video till the end, if you watch this video till the end, then you can be proud of yourself. And I'm gonna drink my water because I just got home from the gym. I just finished my workout, so let's start. My promise to you is that I'll teach you how to lose some fat as fast as possible in a healthy way without cutting out the foods that you love and get results like this. I help many in their 20s build their dream body, so subscribe if you want to see more educational content like this onto your homepage, because these are daily courses for free instead of degenerate shitty content. Here's what you're learning today. I'm going to give you no BS advice. Number 1, why you're fat. 2, how to lose fat. 3, which diet should you choose. How many calories you really need, plus a really important bonus. How to eat more food but less calories. How to eat the foods you love for fewer calories. And valuable tips to lose more fat. Why should you listen to me? Well, I started my journey as a skinny, weak, and insecure teen. This is me at 16, and I started training at home and then started going to the gym. But this is me at I think about 16, 17, something like that. You can see I was training at home. So I dedicated my life to the gym for 4 years, full of mistakes, with no excuses. And in my first year of lifting, I gained a good amount of muscle mass without getting fat naturally, and I can help you do the same. These are my progress picture. Now, once you're ready, if you're trying to build your dream body or thinking about starting your own journey, you can get access to my 4 years of experience through the first link in the description. Go click that once you're ready. Okay, now let's start with number 1, which is why you are fat. Let's see the number 1 reason why you're fat. The simple answer, calorie surplus. This photo right here represents exactly why you're getting fat and why you're fat. You're fat because you eat in a calorie surplus every day or most of the time, okay? Most days in a week. Here's the thing. Everyone has a maintenance number, a number of calories to maintain their body fat, the same, approximately the same. So if, for example, for you that number is 20 and you eat more than that, doesn't matter if it's 2001, 2200, 2300, like in this example. If you eat more than that, we call that a surplus. So when you eat more than your maintenance, that's a surplus. What happens when you eat in a surplus? Well, your body stores the excess calories as fat, as belly fat and or visceral fat, which is like a more dangerous type of fat. So here's the thing. This is your maintenance number. If you eat more than that, it doesn't matter, like I said, it doesn't matter the number. If you eat more than that, then the body will store those extra calories as fat. This is why you keep gaining fat. This is why you're fat, because you eat in a calorie surplus every single day or most of the days. Now let's see how to lose fat. Well, to lose fat, you need to do exactly the opposite. To lose fat, you must be in a caloric deficit. So you must eat less than you need. Again, this photo illustrates exactly how to lose fat and why you gain fat. Like I said, this is the maintenance number. If you eat less than that, your body still needs to get those maintenance that maintenance number of calories, okay? So if, for example, your maintenance number, your maintenance intake is 2000 calories every single day. If you give your body less than 2000 calories per day, then he still needs to get to those 2000, right? And he will do that by, let's say you eat 1700 in deficit. Then he will get those 300 calories more from the excess fat, from the stored fat, okay? So if you eat 300 calories less than you need, your body, let's go to the first point right here, your body will use that stored fat to get those 300 calories. And this is how you lose fat. You keep eating in a caloric deficit, and your body in time will use that stored fat, will convert it into energy, and you will lose that fat. Now, which diet should you choose? Here's the thing, any diet can help you lose fat. However, stay away from diets. This is just my personal opinion. They work, but the problem with diets is that you follow a diet for 6 months or 1 year or whatever, and then you come back to your normal way of eating and you gain fat again. So this is why I don't like diets. If you follow a diet that you don't like, you can't be consistent with, you will lose fat, fine. That's great. But what happens when you stop eating, when you stop following that diet? You're going to come back to your normal way, to your normal habits, and you will get fat again. For example, if I were to coach you, I would fix the habits instead of the diet. Okay? Because there's no point in fixing the diet if we don't fix the habits. If I were to coach you, I would help you lose fat and keep it off for life. There's no point in losing fat for in 6 months, and then after 6 months you gain double the fat. So the best diet is the one that allows you to stay consistent and the one that you love. Okay? And the main thing, the only thing that will determine whether or not you lose weight is the calorie deficit. So the diet you follow doesn't matter as long as you enjoy it and make sure you're in a caloric deficit. So you can choose any diet. You can go with carnivore diet if you like that. You can go with vegetarian or whatever. You can go with keto. You can go with whatever diet you like. As long as you're in a caloric deficit and you love that diet, just go with that. There's no fucking point in starting the carnivore diet if you don't like the carnivore diet. Just because you're going to lose fat and you're going to be more ripped or whatever. It doesn't matter. If you don't like the diet, if it doesn't allow you to stay in a caloric deficit, then don't choose that diet. Now, let's see how many calories you really need. Okay, because if you know this, it doesn't matter the deficit, it doesn't matter the diet, it doesn't matter the cardio, it doesn't matter anything. If you know how many calories you really need, not what Google says, not what your gym's personal trainer says, no, how many calories you really need. Here's the thing. The average man is fat, right? The average man eats 2,500 calories or more per day. The average man needs around 1,800 calories per day to stay fit, six-pack abs, visible abs, healthy, and no exercise. So if you're an average man, average height, whatever, you don't want to exercise, but you still want to be relatively healthy. You want to have like defined six-pack abs. You want to have biceps like me, and you want to stay fit. 1,800 calories is probably the best number for you. Like I said, 1,800 calories, no exercise to stay healthy, six-pack abs, stay fit, okay? Now, if you add exercise in this equation, you need to add about 200 to 300, maybe 500 calories on top of those 1,800 calories. So if you exercise, then you need about 2,000 to 2,300 per day. Okay? Just to stay fit, six-pack abs, healthy, and with exercise. And if you're like, of course, if you're like a bigger person than the average man, if you're taller and whatever, you may need 2,500 to get these things right here, to stay fit, six-pack abs, healthy, and no exercise. Now, of course, if it depends on how many calories you burn if you do cardio. So if you do like really intense cardio over an hour, 3 or more times per week, and then you burn 1,000 calories on session, then of course you need to add 1,000 calories more on top of those 1,800 calories. So then you may need maybe 3,000 calories every day. It depends on your habits and how you want to live your life. So how to lose the belly fat? Here's the protocol, the steps that I want you to follow. If you're fat, you probably eat more than 2,500 daily. Step number 1 is to track your calories for 1 week or a few days to see exactly how much you eat, okay? Because if you don't know how much you eat, you can't really calculate the deficit, you can't really calculate anything, okay? So you must know exactly how much you eat. You need to stay hydrated, by the way, to build muscle. Now, step 2 is to go on a deficit of 500 to 700 calories to lose about half a pound or a pound of fat per week. Okay, so don't go over 700 calories deficit, because if you drop the calories over 700 calories, then you lose fat in the process, you lose muscle in the process. It will be hard to build muscle in that process. 500 to 700 calories deficit is like the best option for you. Of course, the bigger the deficit, the faster you will lose weight. But that doesn't mean that this is it's healthy to drop the calories or eat nothing or whatever. This is the healthy way. Lose about half a pound of fat per week. Okay. Now, step 3, to speed up the process, you add weightlifting plus daily 30 to 50 minutes of moderate cardio to build muscle and help you stay in a deficit. Because when you do cardio, you burn maybe a few hundred calories and you're going to stay in a deficit. Now, one thing I would like to mention here, you don't need to do intense cardio 30 to 50 minutes every day. No, start with moderate cardio. Maybe you start with 15 minutes or 20 minutes, okay? Then next week, 30 minutes, 35, 40, 45, 50 minutes. And you just make progress in time week by week, okay? Progressive overload. You make the session harder each time. Maybe at first you will burn 100 calories on session, okay? Then in a few months, you're going to burn 500 calories on session, okay? So just start small and build from there, and you're going to build muscle in the process, and you're going to stay in a deficit. Maybe you eat a little bit more one day, but you do more cardio and you burn those calories and you're still in a deficit. Step 4, in time, try to get closer to 2,000 to 2,300 calories per day. Okay. Now, of course, if you if you cut this weightlifting and the cardio, maybe get closer to 1,800 calories, because you don't burn so that many calories. But if you do weightlifting plus cardio, then 2,000 to 2,300 would be like the best option for you. Now, a bonus for you: how to train to build muscle. To build bigger muscles, focus on these things. So now I'm going to show you how to train for hypertrophy, because there are 2 techniques to train. You can train to optimize strength, to lift heavier weights, or you can train to optimize muscle growth, which is for hypertrophy, to build bigger muscles. Okay. Here's the number 1 thing you need to focus: control the eccentric. So let's explain that. There are 2 types of contraction. We have concentric and eccentric. I'm gonna explain to you with the bicep curl. So this is a bicep curl, okay? This is the concentric. Okay? This is the concentric. Eccentric is when you lower the weight. So when I say you need to focus on the eccentric, you need to control the eccentric. You don't do this. You're not gonna build bigger muscles. Control the eccentric. Fight to lower the weight slowly, okay? You contract the muscle and then you lower the weight slowly. Time under tension, this way you create time under tension, you create more damage and you'll build bigger muscles, okay? Next, you need to train slow. Again, bench press, don't do this. Just push the weight with force, contract the muscle, then lower the weight slow. Okay? Again, time under tension, train slow, create more damage, build bigger muscles. Then, progressive overload. Here's the thing. Progressive overload is basically, if you're a complete beginner, you need to train harder than the last set. Each session, you need to try and push yourself more than the last session. There are a lot of ways you can achieve this. You can increase the sets, the reps, you can increase the weight, you can slow down, you can train slow. You can, like I said, control the eccentric. But don't overthink. As long as you control the eccentric, train slow, you're going to progress, you're going to make progress, okay? But here's one simple way to progressive overload if you want, like, from time to time to increase the weight. Let's say for one set you have to do 15 reps. You choose a weight so you can do maximum 10 reps, and then you force each session, you push yourself to get 15 reps. Once you get to 15 reps, maybe in like a month, you're going to increase the weight one more time so you can do 10 reps and you repeat the cycle. This is just one simple way, okay? But like I said, don't overthink this. As long as you control the eccentric, train slow, you're going to make progress. Then warm up the right way. Here is how to warm up the right way. You go in the gym, okay, you enter, then you go and do 5 minutes of cardio, moderate cardio, okay, just to warm up the muscles, all the muscles, okay, you get some blood flow. Then you start with your hardest exercise. Here's how to warm up the muscles the right way. Let's say you have to do 4 sets. You don't go hard on those 4 sets. No. Your first 2 sets will be the warm-up sets. So on your first set, maybe you do 25 reps with light weight and you control the movement and you warm up the muscles. Then on your second set, you're going to do maybe 20 reps and you're going to increase the weight just a little bit more so you can do 20 reps controlled so you warm up the muscle. Then on your third and fourth set, these are the working sets. This is where you're going to make all the gains. Third set, maybe you do 15 reps. So you choose a weight so you can do maximum 15 reps, but hard 15 reps, 15 hard reps, okay? Then on your last set, fourth set, maybe you do only 10 reps with heavy weight and of course control the eccentric, train slow, and that's a really hard set. Then you need to train till failure. So to train till failure is basically when you train and you can't move. Don't overthink this. Just train until you can't move. And here is one safe way to do it. Because you motherfuckers will go and do 1 rep maxes and you... No, this is not how you build bigger muscles. So here is how to train till failure. One simple, easy, and safe way to train till failure. You finish your last set, and your last set, like I said, is the hardest set. You finish your last set, but you're not done. You decrease the weight a little bit, and you do one more set until you can't move, until you can't push the weight anymore. If you use like free weights, then make sure you have someone to spot you. But if you don't, just use like a machine just to make sure you don't injure yourself and you can go to true failure, okay? And like I said, you drop the weight and you do one more set until you can't move. Then if you have more stamina, more energy, you go and decrease the weight one more time and you do one more set until failure with no rest, okay? And maybe just like a more bonus into the bonus here that I would like to mention. Don't hold back. Many people hold back. They go to the gym, including me in my first year of lifting. You go to the gym and you do fucking 6 exercises, 7 exercises for one muscle group. That's a lot of volume, and you will hold back because you start and then, oh, I'm going to hold back. I'm not going to go all in because I have 5 more exercises to do. Here's the thing. One tip. Trust me, you would think that it's not that much, but trust me, if you apply these things right here, control the eccentric, train slow, progressive overload, warm the right way, and train till failure, and you pick only the 3 best, maybe 4 best exercises for each muscle group, and you start with the hardest one, and you go all in onto the first exercise, and then everything let's say you do like you train chest and you start with bench press. You go all onto the bench press, and the other 3 exercises are just the cherry on top, just like a bonus for your muscles, okay? So don't hold back. Decrease the volume and go all in. Now, how to eat more food but less calories. I can't drink water. Okay, so the simple answer, you need low calorie dense foods. These are the foods that will help you stay full and in a caloric deficit. Now I'm going to give you an order, and I'm going to give you 4 points, the 4 macronutrients. And number 1 is like you can eat a lot. 2 is like you can still have a lot of these. 3, you can have some. And 4, you can have a little bit. You can have some, okay? So number 1, fibers. You can have a lot of fibers. You can eat a lot of fibers. Why? Because things like vegetables, fruits, all that stuff. Why? Because there are 2 calories per 1 gram of fiber. There are 2 types of fiber, but let's say 2 calories, okay? It's probably less, but let's say 2 calories just to be safe, okay? So you can have a lot of fibers because there are only 2 calories per 1 gram of fiber. Then you can have, number 2, protein. You can have a lot of protein. Why? Because there are 4 calories per 1 gram of protein. Then 3, you can have carbs. You can have some carbs because there are the same thing, 4 calories per 1 gram of carbs. And then fats, number 4, which is like you need to have some. You don't cut out the fats. You need some fats because there are 9 calories per 1 gram of fat. So this is the most caloric dense macronutrient, fats, okay? Don't cut out fats or any other macronutrient. You need all of them. For example, you don't cut out fats just because there are 9 calories per 1 gram of fat. You need fats to optimize testosterone. So you don't cut out fats. You just eat a little bit less, okay? And then just find the balance. Make sure you combine all macros in each meal, but keep in mind the order. So you can have a lot of, you can have like a wrap, okay? You add a lot of fibers, vegetables, any vegetable that you like, you add some protein, maybe some carbs, and some fats. Now, how to eat the foods you love for fewer calories. Again, the simple answer is you need to cook your meals. Why? Because you know exactly what you add. So stop ordering from restaurants, from your local restaurants or McDonald's or KFC or whatever. Stop ordering those things and start cooking your meals at home. You literally have the power to make them low calorie by reducing. Here is disclaimer. Here is how to make your favorite foods low in calories. So you can achieve that by reducing the fats and increasing the fibers and the proteins. Because when you have a lot of proteins and a lot of fibers and less fat, you'll have less calories and you're going to stay full. You're not going to be that hungry. And if you're not that hungry, you're not going to eat that much food. Then, for example, you can have low calorie, high protein pancakes, ice creams, wraps, pizzas, whatever you like. Just make sure you reduce the fats and increase the fibers and proteins. Let's take a pizza, for example. You take like a wrap. You don't make the dough because there are a lot of calories. You just take a wrap. Make sure it's low calorie wrap, maybe about 300 calories or whatever. Something like that. Then you add a bunch of vegetables that you like. Onion, pepper, whatever vegetable that you like, okay? Just add a bunch of them in there so you can stay full. And then you add protein. You increase the protein. You add some chicken, okay, which is satiated. You're going to stay full. And then you add maybe some cheese, just a little bit of fat. And then some carbs. Well, the carbs, look, the wrap is carbs. So one tip, make sure you use low calorie sauces. Don't use regular sauces. They're generally high in sugar and oils and you'll eat in a surplus. So just so you know, 1 tablespoon of olive oil or any kind of oil has about 100 calories. So make sure you keep that in mind. For example, you can have maybe a teaspoon of your regular sauce, but then you can have 10 tablespoons of a low calorie sauce. It's a fair trade. And if you don't have time, make sure you make time. Maybe on Sundays you cook in bulk for the rest of the week, for the entire week. Now I'm going to give you some valuable tips to lose more fat. Okay. Tip number 1, drink more water to stay full. Because when you drink water, you're going to stay full. You're not going to be so hungry, okay? And you're not going to eat more. Then another important tip, if you like sodas, Coke, Pepsi, whatever soda you like, drink the diet version, please. Don't drink the regular soda, okay? You can, or the artificial sweeteners. You have 2 options. You either quit the soda, you quit drinking soda entirely, or you drink diet soda, okay? Don't talk about artificial sweeteners if you drink the regular soda, which has like 10 tablespoons of sugar, okay? Then you must quit alcohol. If you're trying to lose fat, you need to quit alcohol. 1, it has a lot of calories, if you didn't know, and it's a diuretic, which means it promotes water loss through urine. Now, when you're dehydrated, your body will retain water, which will make you look like puffier, you know what I'm saying? If you're hydrated, your body will not retain water, so you look more shredded, you'll have 6-pack abs. You're not going to be so puffier, okay? So make sure you quit alcohol for these 2 reasons. And then you get more sleep. If you get more sleep, you're going to decrease the hunger hormone, which is ghrelin. So you're not going to be that hungry. Therefore, you're not going to eat more. And of course, for the benefits, other benefits, you actually burn a lot of calories when you sleep. So make sure you get at least 9 hours. Some people can go with 8 hours, 7 hours of sleep, but make sure you have more hours in bed than the actual sleep hours. And one controversial topic, don't do intermittent fasting if you don't like it. You don't need to do intermittent fasting if you don't like it in order to lose fat. I just showed you how to lose fat even without exercising, okay? So you definitely don't need to do intermittent fasting if you don't like it. It can help. For some people it works, for some it doesn't. But if you don't like intermittent fasting, you don't need, please, you don't need to do intermittent fasting if you don't like intermittent fasting. Because here's what happens. You skip meals and then you eat once a day or whatever, and then you're hungry, you get hungrier and hungrier, and you end up binge eating in the evening. And you're gonna eat in a caloric surplus, which is why you're gaining fat. Remember the first point. So you definitely don't need to do intermittent fasting if you don't like it. If you like it and it works for you, by all means, you can go and do intermittent fasting, but make sure you're in a caloric deficit and you follow those steps. Now, we've covered everything here as I promised. Once again, if you're trying to build your dream body or thinking about starting your own journey, you can get access to my 4 years full of experience through the first link in the description. Go check that out once you're ready.